doors of the aircraft slowly closed after all passengers completed the process of boarding the cabin. The distinctive voice of the cabin crew announcement sounded softly, reminding everyone to wear seat belts and make sure luggage was neatly stored in the upper compartment. Among the rows of business class seats, Jimin and Jungkook sat side by side, enjoying the calm atmosphere before the plane began to move towards the runway. Jimin occasionally looked out the window. The light of the afternoon sun reflected on the fuselage of another plane that was preparing to take off. From behind the glass, airport service vehicles passed by, while the officers were busy completing the final inspection. The atmosphere presented the impression that a new journey was really about to begin. Jungkook adjusted the back of his chair and smiled slightly at Jimin. "The journey this time seems to be fast," he said quietly. Jimin nodded with a light laugh. "May the weather be clear all the way." When the plane finally went faster and slowly took to the air, the entire cabin became quieter. The previously clearly visible view of the city is now turning into a collection of small buildings under the clouds. The light of the sun illuminates the vast expanse of blue sky, creating a soothing panorama. A few minutes after the seatbelt sign was turned off, the cabin crew began to go around making sure all passengers were comfortable. The friendly smile of the flight attendants welcomes any passenger request. Warm and cold drinks begin to be served, followed by light snacks neatly arranged on trays. Jungkook chose a warm cup of coffee, while Jimin chose tea. The two enjoyed the drink while looking at the sight of white clouds that looked like an endless cotton field. "The sky always looks different when viewed from above," said Jimin. "Yes. It feels like the world has become calmer," Jungkook replied. Their conversation was casual. Every now and then they smile when they see a small child a few rows in front who looks enthusiastically at the clouds through the window. His parents tried to explain the shapes of clouds that resemble various objects, making several other passengers smile. The cabin atmosphere is even more comfortable when the headlights are dimmed. Some passengers started reading books, some opened laptops, while others enjoyed in-flight entertainment through screens in front of their seats. The plane's engines buzzed steadily, creating a rhythm that actually made some people sleepy. Jimin opened the travel magazine available in the seat pocket. He flips through pages showing various tourist destinations in Japan, from bustling city streets to tranquil mountain scenery. Jungkook occasionally looked at the pictures and commented on some interesting locations. "If one day there is free time, a place like this seems like a pleasure to visit," Jungkook said, pointing to one of the photos. "Agreed. It's a beautiful sight," Jim said. Shortly thereafter, the main meals began to be served. A warm scent filled the cabin. The passengers enjoyed their meals in an orderly atmosphere. Jimin and Jungkook thanked the cabin crew before starting to enjoy their meal. In between meals, there were occasional announcements from the cockpit about clear weather conditions and estimated flight times that went according to schedule. The news makes the cabin atmosphere more relaxed because the trip is expected to take place comfortably. The sky outside turned into a mix of blue, gold, and orange. The scene attracted the attention of many passengers who captured it through cell phone cameras. The light of the sun reflected gently on the surface of the clouds so that the whole sky looked like a painting. "It's beautiful," Jim said softly. "Sometimes the journey actually gives the best view," Jungkook replied. Time seems to be running fast. The cabin crew again went around offering additional drinks to the passengers. Some choose coffee, others choose juice or mineral water. The atmosphere remained calm. Only occasional quiet conversations could be heard among the passengers. Towards the end of the flight, the captain again gave information that the plane would soon begin preparations for the descent process. All passengers are asked to return to their seats and wear seat belts. From behind the window, a stretch of land began to be seen between the clouds, indicating that the destination of the trip was approaching. Jimin and Jungkook exchanged smiles. The journey that began with a relaxed atmosphere at the airport is now nearing its end. For them, a few hours in the cabin seemed so calm, accompanied by a view of the changing sky and the friendliness of the flight crew. When the plane began to lower altitude, the city lights that slowly appeared from a distance gave a warm impression to all passengers. Everyone was ready for the next step after the flight was over, while the sound of the engine remained stable until the plane was getting closer to the destination airport. The plane continued to glide steadily between the thinning layers of clouds. The cabin lights, which had been dimmed, are now slowly being redefined as a sign that the aircraft is getting closer to its destination. From behind the window, the coastline begins to look faint, followed by a cluster of small islands surrounded by a bluish sea. The view made some passengers reopen the window cover and enjoy the panorama from a height. Jimin smiled a little when he saw the sun began to lean to the west. The golden light enveloped the thin clouds so that the sky looked like a painting that changed every minute. Jungkook watched the scene for a moment before returning to tidy up the folding table in front of him. A cabin crew member walks slowly down the aisle while making sure all passengers are wearing seatbelts. With a friendly smile, he thanked all passengers for their cooperation during the flight. The atmosphere in the cabin remained calm. There was only the consistent sound of the aircraft engine and the occasional quiet conversation from several seats. "We're almost there," Jungkook said as he looked at the flight information screen showing the route. Jimin nodded. The journey was shorter than I imagined. Shortly thereafter, an announcement was heard from the cockpit that the process of lowering the altitude had begun. The plane will soon enter the approach lane towards the airport. Passengers are asked to make sure seats are upheld, folding tables are closed, and electronic devices are adjusted to flight rules. Through the window, the view of the city began to appear more and more clearly. Neatly arranged streets, vehicles that appear small from above, as well as rows of buildings illuminated by the evening light create an alluring panorama. Several rivers cut through urban areas, while long bridges appear to connect different regions. Jimin and Jungkook enjoyed the moment in silence. Every now and then they exchanged glances with smiles, as if enjoying the quiet of the last few minutes before the plane landed. Around them, the passengers begin to tidy up personal belongings and make sure that nothing is left in the seat pockets. The aircraft then turned slowly following the final approach path. The wings of the plane seemed to move slightly, adjusting the wind direction, but the whole process was smooth. From a distance, the runway began to be visible with rows of lights stretching straight. The atmosphere in the cabin turned even quieter because almost all passengers focused on the moment of landing that was in sight. With a calm breath, the two looked back out the window. The journey in the air is almost over, and a new chapter of their journey, in this fictional story, will begin as soon as the wheels of the plane touch the runway.